Hello guys, what's up? This is Mortaza and welcome back to A Coder's Journey. This is the next episode of my HTML5 training. And in this episode, I want to talk about anchor tags or, setting hyperlinks in our HTML documents. You already know that, hyperlinks are very important in our websites and web pages because they kind of allow the user to navigate to different pages of our website or even, external addresses. Now, in order to, create a hyperlink in HTML, we use an element called A or anchor. A stands for anchor. And then this takes in two pieces of, important data or information. For example, the first one, the attribute is href, which you use to specify the address to which you want to navigate when the user clicks that link. For example, if I come here and say, when the user clicks this, I want to navigate to google.com, and also the text that you want the user to see goes between the opening tag and the closing tag. So here I say visit google.com, I save, I come here, I refresh, and as you can see, this is my link, right? It is blue, right, and underlined. And when I hover my mouse over here, you see the cursor turns into a little hand to specify, to kind of indicate that this is a link. And at the bottom, you see the address which I will navigate to when I click this, right? And the reason why google.com doesn't load here is that at the moment I'm not connected to the internet. Now this is my link. Now when it comes to using hyperlinks, a very important attribute that you can set is target. Target kind of controls how to open that new link. For example, if I set this to self and save, and if I come here and refresh, as you can see, the link is going to be opened in the same window, right? In the same tab or in the same window, right? And this is the default value, by the way. But if I set, for example, blank, and I come here, save this, come here and refresh, and I click this, the browser tries to open the hyperlink in another window, in another kind of tab here. Now, so using the target, you can control how that link will be opened. Blank means open it in a new tab or window. Self means use the same window or tab to open the document. Now, as for the href attribute here, I am using an absolute URL or URI, which means the full, address of another website. I can, of course, navigate to other pages in my own website using a relative URI or URL. Now, in the folder where this episode 16 is, located, right, I have other files as well. For example, I have episode 15, 14, and so on. So I can come here and I can say episode, for example, 15.html. This is the relative URL. So when I, for example, save this, if I come here, I close this, refresh, click, I will navigate to another page of my website. So you can use both, the absolute URL, the full URL of a website, or you can use the relative URL, the URL of another page relative to this page, right? You can also use anchor tags to, for example, send an email. For example, here I'm going to say href, right? I'm going to say mail to, I'm going to say someone at somedomain.com, and I'm going to say email me, right? And I'm going to save, I'm going to come here, close this, refresh, and if I click, the Outlook will be opened as the default application for sending emails, and then I will be able to send my email. So using mail to, you can use href to kind of send an email. There are other ways to use href as well. For example, you can use href with an image tag in order to create an image which is, clickable. When the image is clicked, you will be navigated. So you can say, let me use this, right? And then I'm gonna add an image here. I'm gonna say src. I have created a very simple image called screenshot.png, right? I have put this image in the same folder where this episode 16.html is. I have created an image element and I have specified the src with, a relative path to my file. And I have surrounded this image element with an anchor tag, and I have set the href. So this means that I will have an image which is of course clickable because it is surrounded with an anchor tag, and when I click that image I will of course be navigated to this file. Now let me come here, let me refresh, and if I click this you can see that I am navigated. So this is another way to use images. You can and anchor tags. You can have images which are surrounded with anchor tags and they are kind of clickable. And finally, one last thing about these, anchor tags is another attribute which is called title, which we can take advantage of if we want to show a pop-up to the user whenever, for example, the user hovers that, hovers that link. For example, I can say go to episode 15 HTML document, right? And if I save, if I come here, if I refresh, and if I hover, you can see the pop-up shows up and says go to episode 15 HTML document. So remember, you can use anchor tags with specifying the href attribute and also the content, which is the text that the user sees. This doesn't have to be a simple text as you saw here. It can be a whole element, another element, like for example the image element. You can use the mail to send emails. You can use the target attribute, blank and self, and of course there are other values, but we talked about blank and self. Self is used when you want to open that link in the same window, in the same tab, and blank is used when you want to open another tab. And of course you can use the title attribute to kind of show a pop-up when the user hovers that link. Thank you so much guys for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If that's the case, make sure you subscribe to A Coder's Journey. If you aren't subscribed yet, you can also activate that notification bell so that you do not miss out on any of my upcoming videos. Share this video with a friend. If you've got anything to say, please add a comment in the comment section, and please give this video a like because that really helps the channel. It keeps me motivated and it helps the channel grow. Thank you so much again for watching. Stay tuned. Catch you in the next video. Bye bye.